right, sorry. I just did 30 laps in the pool. 750 meters. All right, crypto vlog. I'm probably gonna do a real vlog, longer vlog at the park if I go to the park. We'll see. I just been stuck in front of the computer all day. No day vlogs because there's always a piece of news. Thing is, I'm staying out of most news. 90% of the news I'm not trading. I mean, it should be more like 80% or 70% that I don't trade. Well, I'm talking about like big news. Like I didn't trade the DOJ rumor that Tree News posted. Sorry, crypto vlog, January 18th, 2023 in the year of our crypto lords. I'll try to do shout outs later in a later vlog, part 2 maybe. No guarantees. And thanks a lot for the views and comments. I'll get to those later. So the market's been crazy, right? So the DOJ rumors. So what happened? We went down. But why did we go down? SPX 500 corrected hard. Bitcoin was hanging around. It wicked to the retest of 21.66, right around there, and back down. So it was crazy. If you reshorted 21.6, a great thing to do is see the wick from a couple days ago, like use 4-hour chart when you're trading Bitcoin, and you can set your shorts there. And if we blow past to like 21.2, usually you get a chance to close where you entered. So you reshorted the wick at 21.6, 64, whatever it was, a couple days ago on Sunday, I think, or Monday, and then so your short was open there at 21.6 yesterday, or in the morning, whatever, Wednesday morning, and then the price comes back to that level. So your short gets open, it's underwater for like $50, and then the price starts going down. So you're like, okay, if it continues to like 21.8, 21.9, even 22K, it's usually going to come down back to 21.6. Very few times will just break out and keep going. Like the run from 17.4 or 17.5. Remember, we went back to 17.1, and then we ran to 17.6, 17.45, and then straight up to I think 18, and then we corrected maybe 17.8. I don't remember the price action there. And then we went boom to 19, then corrected to 18.6, I think. So as long as it's not a $1,000 jump at once, where you should be able to short. And what happens if you shorted the 21.6? The SPX 500 corrected from 40.16. The futures, I last looked, it was 39.23. So a nice 2.5% drop, or almost 2.4% or so. So that caused Bitcoin to correct 5%. Remember, Bitcoin is like leveraged SPX 500. So that's why Bitcoin corrected 5% to 20.4, and then we shot back up to 21 because the same time the FUD came out that it was the Russian crypto exchange that DOJ was investigating. Bitlavo. I don't remember the name. I only looked at it once. It's easier for me to remember prices because I see the chart in my mind, but the letters are all scrambled when I look at it once. Yeah, so the Russian exchange was already shut down in April, but the big announcement was made about the seizure and arrest. But I think they already arrested him in April anyway. U.S. authorities and European authorities or German authorities arrested him. So anyway, wow, already 4 minutes. So I'm just talking about Bitcoin. I want to leave you with some thoughts too, once I'm done with the Bitcoin price action. So I think Bitcoin bounced to 21.16, and then it went back down, and then it bounced again to 21.15. Oh, did I screw that up? I'm trying to think of 21.05. So it was about $100 lower, $110 lower. And then the news broke around 21 that Genesis was filing for bankruptcy. Genesis Lending. Okay, what's Genesis? Genesis ran the Gemini Earn program, or did they call it Genesis Earn? I think they call it Gemini Earn. It was through Genesis. And how did they give you 5% or whatever it was? Well, they leveraged your tokens. It's like, hey, you're a big company, you're a crypto company, you have billions of dollars in assets. I'm going to give you billions of dollars of my customers' funds to trade with, as long as you pay us 5% per year, per annum, and weekly we'll pay out the customers, or daily, whatever. So you just got to pay the interest back, not even the principal. So say like you borrowed, I'll make it easy. Say Genesis borrowed $1 billion at 5% a year. So that's divided by 365. I'll just make it easy. Every other day, they have to pay back 0.05% of that. So 1% would be 10 million. So it would be like 500,000, right? Every day. That's just the principal. I mean the interest. So they would pay back 500,000, 10 million. Did I get that right? 500,000, 0.01%. What am I doing wrong? It's every 3 days, I think. They'd pay back like $100,000. No, I'm trying to do the math really quick. 500,000 every 3 days. So they owe $5 million. No, $50 million at the end. So yeah, 500,000 every 3 days or so. So 3.65 days technically. So as long as that interest is keep being paid by Genesis, no problem. Oh, this is cool. Genesis is paying back the interest, right? They never have to pay back the principal, technically, depending on the length of the loan. And I don't know if they said 1, 2, 3 years. If Gemini said to Genesis, they pay it back in 3 years, whatever. So they have $1 billion, and they just have to pay back $500,000 every 3 days, or $1 million a week on that. So it's like, go crazy. Maybe they borrowed $2 billion, so they have to pay double. But you have all this, dude. I'd take that loan, wouldn't you? In crypto, you think you can't make 5% in a year? But how are you going to make 5% on $1 billion? You have to take highly liquid farms like curve pools, AVE pools, synthetics. I don't think synthetics is as liquid. These yield YFI, whatever the yields were. But guess what? When FTX went under, Alameda went under, that was the end of the game. So anyway, Genesis filed for bankruptcy. The price action of Bitcoin went from 21K to about 20.83, and then we bounced back to 21, then we died again to 20.6, I think, 623 maybe. So we bounced again to 20.9 or so, and then back down, maybe 20.883. I don't know exactly where we bounced after that fall. It's so obviously down's the pattern. So we've just been hanging out between 20.65 and 20.8 all day, the last 12 hours. No, the last 8 hours. And we had like Aptos come back because it's the #1 shill. Hasaka, huge Twitter following, shilling it. So Aptos bounced to like 8.26, $8.26, and then it fell again to 750 something. So that's just price action wise. Sorry, this is just a price action video. Blah, 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 blah. Fast forward to 8.5 minutes if you're done with the price action. Anyway, so yeah, I think Bitcoin has one more leg down to at least 20.2, maybe 19.5 area. Let's see, 19.6. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes there, but it doesn't have to go there this week. It can go there end of week, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, whatever. So a lot of times you get these blow off topics in alts before Bitcoin crashes, so we'll see what happens. And then alts, of course, correct doubly. So like I was leveraged an equal amount of Bitcoin, but what happened? I made like $2,000 on my Bitcoin short, but I lost $8,000 on alts. So the alts corrected like 4x, at 20% versus 5% on Bitcoin. Something crazy. Hey, what's going on? Well, that's that. $1 million. Guess I gotta go. Gym's closed. All right, I'm getting out. Sure, I'm getting out. All right, and just some positivity before I end this. There were some plays like Radiant. Adam Cochran had the 266 tweet mega thread, and he had a chart somewhere midway through or at the end where he listed all the coins. And of course, there was a 1.7 million market cap coin, as Garrett Trades tweeted, or Garrett said, hey, look, 1.7 million on Arbitrum, and guess what it did? It pumped 60%. Okay. You're closed? Okay, I'll get it. Sorry. All right, I gotta go. So remember, you gotta be positive. I'll continue to be continued, but be positive in your losses. Be positive.